What is going on, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Final Fantasy. Let's work on making this second part. Got some fallen relics to collect.
Sid, is this about the helm?
Could be interesting.
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
Dangerous is kind of what we do.
Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
I wonder if this is going to be that hunt that unlocked on the board. The other quests have taken us to hunts before. Where are we going? The new location? That's Lostwing. We've been here plenty of times.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
It's probably relative to the war that started last time we were here. Now, where are we heading? Is it up in Clairview? Because if there is somewhere we can fast travel to it that's closer, there is not. We need to get up here. I think we need to be up on the high walkway for that. I think we have to be up on the bridge for that. It looks like it, yes.
If you're ready, we leave at once.
Look at that emptying out Lostwing to deal with Black Shield's new patron. I'm honestly surprised that Annabella let that go. Seems like the kind of person that wouldn't easily lose something like that. No, I guess she has no more need for it now that her son is Emperor. Discarded like everybody else she could no longer use. Gave the zealots to somebody else. Someone else with as much disdain as she has for bearers too. She always thought they were garbage. Gave them to a... what's his name? Justicia. Likes to hunt them for sport. Too worried about them. Just trying to get to where I'm going. Unless they chase efficiently. Which it looks like he is. If you wish to die, I'll oblige.
Finished.
could have possibly moved in here that has them so shook? What has you so afraid?
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Go on to slaughter the creature?
Of course
not.
I'll be right back.
Let's go take a look.
Anybody home?
Well, it's one of these things again.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go. Too slow. Nice try.
Annoying little shit, isn't he? Down you go. Nothing we couldn't handle.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
We've dealt with way
You
worse.
shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Well, that wasn't too bad at all. That takes care of the second piece nice and fast. Eye of the Warrior increases strength tonic duration. It's not worth dropping any of the ability buffs we have, I don't think. Head on back. I guess we'll be getting the third piece and wrapping up the ship this episode, assuming all goes well.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Sure thing.
Right away.
Bookworms are always handy to keep around. We need ultralight materials. I touched on some of that stuff with the blacksmith quest. Alamil. He was trying to make the butcher's knife. We learned a couple ways to make material extra durable while maintaining it being light. Also told that in a large scale, that's kind of a wild goose chase, so I'm curious to see what solution he comes up with. What did we unlock from you? Bearer's Plight. Few are those who would strive to lighten the burden borne by the crystals cursed, but if we are to survive the coming storm, we must stand together. Bearer and brother, as you have shown us. A friend in Northreach.
Here you are. Come
I
again.
will take the contribution.
More for ya.
We're seeing troops amassing at every point.
Get troops at every crossing is not really surprising. This war is kind of breaking out to a total war state currently. Everybody wants everyone else's land because of the blight. Instead of all working together for a solution, they'll fight each other over the scraps of soil that will eventually be gone too. As ironic as that is.
Harpocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelisk might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Harpocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
A healer and Jill, huh?
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always.
Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
That's quite the decision. Part of me would like to leave Jill here to kind of cool off. I don't really want her using more crystal juice than she needs to. But I'm also worried about missing out on the content if I do that, so I'm not sure.
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
That being said, I have done almost nothing with Tarja. I don't really know anything about her, so perhaps I'll take her with us.
All right.
We'll leave Jill here to rest up.
So, what are we fetching?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
Garlic? Conch shells? Are you sure this is the right list? Looks like the ingredients for someone's supper.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Well, isn't that convenient? I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you there.
All right. Stay safe.
Sounds good. And you, Jill, rest up.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research.
I feel a little bad about benching her, but at the same time,
Harpocrates and I'll look after things here. You head over to Northreach.
she's already dealing with enough consequences of the curse. I don't want to pull her out into the wild at every single whim of ours to get closer and closer to the end. I'd rather not have her coughing up blood every time she lights a fire like Sid was. That's kind of the only place that ends over time. You only have so much juice.
Now, where's Tarja?
Excellent question.
Keep them pilchers nice and chilled.
Need to stock up on these.
You spoiling another
There you are, Tarja.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like this. But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What shall I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me by the gate when you've got them.
Garlic and nuts is all I have to find. Shouldn't be too bad.
Buy, sell, or be gone. And thanks for nothing.
Excuse me, you got money. Who else is gonna buy you weird pepio nuts?
We haven't much, but you're free to look. You're always welcome
I
here
should do
in
it.
Lostwing.
Hopefully Tarja's
They
finished.
have a much healthier attitude.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the...
Well, did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes then. He'll be waiting.
Didn't you say you wanted to see somebody while you were here?
But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat.
Don't see why not.
Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
It is.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tarja.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't?
That's probably true.
But in the spirit of sharing and caring...
Seemed like a fiery, independent sort.
You're appreciated too. By all of us.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad we brought her in hindsight. Like she said, we haven't really talked to each other much. She hasn't been out in the wild much, stuck at the Hideaway. Spends so much time helping everybody else, doesn't take care of her own problems.
Well, I think we've tarried long enough.
Really nice to get her away from that for a little.
Ingredients back to Tome so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the Hideaway, all right?
All right. And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
Back to business. Harpocrates. They're doing brilliantly on time this episode, so I think we might actually get the ship assembled.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Harpocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course.
We gotta check in on Blackthorn at some point, right? He's had plenty of time.
Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk. We should do it again sometime.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Harpocrates.
Yeah, she probably should know that. She doesn't seem like the patient kind. She seems like the go kind. Again, 500 ability points for that. Be able to test out my earthen rage sooner than later.
I better go and give Mid the good news then.
Probably need around 4,000 points to master it. Maybe more.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that
And if it's ass, we can refund it and go for the rest.
Found something for it.
In a manner of speaking, Harpocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then. Better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest salmon you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
The best kind. Now the ship is being assembled elsewhere, correct? She said it was off in a dock somewhere. So we're not gonna see the ship this time, but we will see the engine.
It's finished. It's finally finished.
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
It's called the Enterprise.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
Yeah, blacksmithing ain't an easy line of work. Every strike of the hammer vibrates up your entire skeleton. Definitely takes its toll. We can finally convince you now to go visit your dad's grave.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming.
About?
Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate.
We're always in the market for a warship.
I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
Only gonna come with.
And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Oh, of course he has side quest. It's gonna get in my way. We're putting off Sid's grave just a little longer. I wouldn't be able to walk away from this little green plus icon.
I think Mid might need some help.
Well,
What can we do for you, Owain?
here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I imagine Tarja could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
And then go kill some of those little bomb things.
You wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame ain't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Well, I did not see one on the hunt board.
And,
Oh, they have to go smoke one for me. Finishing up this episode with a hunt then, I guess. Now we'll hit up Sid's grave next episode. I'll take care of this first. Anything we do to help the hideaway helps us ultimately, so... Alright, Nectar. That's my Bomb King hunt. I'm sure this fight's gonna be toxic, actually. Are you on the hunt for a Bomb King? If so, I have a bullet that might interest you. A curse breaker aiming for the Imperial Chase took a wrong turn in a nearby wood, within which she discovered the ruins of a fallen airship, and within them, a beast akin to a great ball of fire that chased her screaming from the grove. The soldier later identified the creature in an almanac of echoes, but was firm in her insistence that the bomb she saw was near 10 times the size of the one depicted therein. That is in the Croc Sambrek. Alright. Well, it seems like we have another hunt to look for, so I'll go ahead and cut the video and catch up with you guys when we find him.
Told me she was building a ship.
Really? That's a ship. Let's sail it around the lake.
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? I've done a decent amount of looking around here, trying to find this thing, and the only place left to do is down this little outcropping, so let's take a look. Excuse me, I had something catching my throat there. Let's take a look and see if he is yonder. Not too big of a path, so we'll find out pretty quickly.
I can walk from here.
It's a good sign that he might be here, as it kicked us off the steed. Knock knock. Okay, well that does leave that side path. Which would be up here. Now the last place in the entirety of Sambrek that I didn't look, so I ran my ass around multiple locations. This is a fallen ruin. You don't look 10 times the size. Bomb King. Rank B.
What we have here? Greetings, Your Majesty.
You don't have a stagger bar, do you? Guess I'm just gonna blow you up then. That stung. Look at you, toxic little shit, son. I just dip my ass over here out of the way of all that.
Nice try.
Love Line and Rod, it's so strong. Glorious. And we got Bomb Ember, more crafted materials.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff.
I just need the recipes for the stuff. Got a bunch of materials I have no crafting recipe for currently. Where did we get those from the last time?
Needs more than this.
Did we get the extra recipes from a Hun, or was it a Blackthorn specific quest? I think it was a Blackthorn quest that gave us the new recipes.
All right there, Sid. How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
Completed.
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the alembic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running.
Kind of excited to see what I get out of this.
There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that, huh?
Please do.
What kind of magic?
I'll take any kind of upgrade you got.
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest leather supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the Hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, I'm all kinds of game for that.
It can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo.
More potions means less in between trips. Not that we've been using many potions. We don't get hit much now we have Will of the Wicks. We don't take much damage.
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
But it'll help me sip more strength potions in the big
Told
fights.
you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
All the way up at 650 renown now, too. Were the same exotic compound that was applied to the leather of this satchel be kneaded into a pair of boots, they should surely become supple enough to accommodate a man with 20 toes. Inventory increased. Chef's kiss. That is time well spent. Item capacity. Now we can carry 6 potions, 4 high potions, 3 strength tonics, and 3 stone skins. Beautiful. Let's go pick those up now, actually. I would also like to take a look at the Alliant reports, if we have any of the side quests that have unlocked in the meantime. I'm looking at that Lost Wing Rebellion quest with the big eyes. I'd like to put my boot up there just to see his ass.
How are you doing? Quick look.
Okay, we're out of side quest for now. Right, I need to bore you running over to Aaron to loot up on potions, so that is going to be a wrap for this episode, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, as always, there's a tip link in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Final Fantasy. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.